Hello everyone, welcome to you all once again in the case study discussion. Right now we are discussing case study number 20. Can we start? Yes sir. Newgen Limited is a company which generates electricity and heat and supplies electricity and natural gas. Newgen Limited has diversified generating facility including renewable energy sources, natural gas, coal, pumped storage power station, nuclear power station. When you read the first para, you will think, oh, this is a dangerous question. But the first para is not at all relevant. Newgen Limited has a machinery as with a carrying amount of 10 lakh and the balance in revaluation reserve of rupees 2.5 lakh. The company sold that machinery for 20 million. So you can see there is a gain. How much? Carrying amount 10 lakh, sold at 20 million. Gain will be transferred to profit and loss account, and whenever the asset is de-recognized, the balance in revaluation reserve will be transferred retained earning. Let's see what the question they have asked. Newgen Limited also has an asset AS which cost rupees 2 lakh on 31st March 2017. The carrying amount is 1 lakh 80,000 and the asset was revalued at 2 lakh 20,000. No adjustment is made for tax purpose. Cumulative depreciation for tax purpose 30,000. So you can see carrying amount is 2 lakh 20,000 after revaluation. Tax base will be 2 lakh minus 30 means cost price minus total depreciation under income tax act means 1 lakh 70,000. The difference will be how much? 50,000. That become taxable temporary difference on that 30%. So we should create a DTL of how much? 15,000 DTL should be created. Okay. Let us come to the next point. Newgen Limited enter into a 10-year lease contract with XYZ Limited to use an equipment. The contract includes maintenance services as provided by the lessor. So guys, maintenance services will be some non-lease component. The non-lease component should be separated from lease component. XYZ Limited obtain its own insurance for the equipment. Annual payment are 10,000, 1,000 relate to maintenance services and 500 relate to the insurance cost. So insurance cost does not represent any transfer of goods and services, so that will not be considered as non-lease payment. Correct now. So only you need to consider the payment related to maintenance services as a non-lease component, and that should be separated. Newgen Limited is able to determine that similar maintenance services and insurance costs are offered by the third party is 2,500 a year. So can is a standalone selling price of maintenance services is 2,000. Newgen Limited is unable to find the observable standalone rental amount for the similar equipment because none leased without related maintenance services provided by the lessor. Means no asset were leased without maintenance services, therefore they were not able to find out the standalone selling prices for the similar equipment. Therefore can I say we'll use residual approach. We can the total consideration was 10,000. Out of that the standalone selling price of maintenance service was 2,000. The balance will be allocated as the standalone selling price of what? Of equipment. So 8,000 will be the standalone selling price of the equipment. Got this point? Means for lease component. Chalega? Yes sir. Newgen Limited also has taken on lease a factory building at a rental of 1,20,000 a year. There are 5 years remaining on this. So they have taken a factory building on rental for rupees 1,20,000 a year, and there are 5 years remaining in the lease term. The market rent is 50,000 a year. Newgen Limited no longer occupies the factory building and it is not used in the business. A sublease non-cancelable on the factory building has been arranged at a rent of 50,000 a year for the remaining 5 years on the lease. So of course Ind AS 116 will be considered for the accounting. Let's see what the question have been asked. On sale of machinery, yes. Let us read the MCQs. So on sale of machinery, the balance amount of revaluation reserve will be transferred directly to retained earning. Option number B is correct as per Ind AS 16. Inception of lease is date of lease agreement, date of commitment by the party to the principal provision of lease. Of course it will be A or B, whichever is earlier. So option number C is correct. Option number C is correct as per Ind AS 116. If you remember, inception of lease. How much should be allocated as lease component for XYZ Limited already be calculated. Answer number option number C will be correct, 8,000. Determine the provision amount that is to be provided for the factory building which is sublease. I'll come to this point at that because I need to explain something. What are deferred tax implication of the transaction in case of asset AS? So already we calculated deferred tax liability of 15,000. So option number B is correct. Now coming to this point, just try to understand. Abhi we are at this point at the end of 5th year, because 5 year has been expired. So remaining year is what? 5 year. Means remaining lease term is 5 year, and 1,20,000 is payable at the end of each year. On this date, it was subleased as a rent of 50,000 for the remaining 5 year. Now, as per Ind AS 116, can I say for the head lease already we have accounted lease liability and ROU asset, which will be nothing but present value of remaining lease payment discounted by using either incremental borrowing rate or interest rate implicit. Means already an accounting of head lease has been done in the books of lessee. Now if the lessee has made some sublease transaction, so it become a lesser for the sublease. Correct? Now it can be operating lease or it can be financing lease. So we need to find out whether it is an operating lease or finance lease. If it is an operating lease, so we'll do the accounting for that. If it is finance lease, so we'll do accounting for that. It is given under Ind AS 116. But what happened in this question? They have asked, determine the provision amount that to be provided for the factory building which is subleased. So actually this is not required, because can I say actually this question was based on Ind AS 17, which was actually an old Ind accounting standard which has been deleted once the Ind AS 116 was introduced. In case of Ind AS 17 or AS 19, whatever you have done in the books of lessee, there was a concept of operating lease. So if it was an operating lease, so we used to create a provision for that, because this actually become an onerous contract. So based on onerous contract, we used to create a provision. But now provision is actually not required, because already a lease liability is already in the financial statement of lessee. So actually the provision is not required. So I will say this question is not correct. But similar question is given under Ind AS 37, where it has been considered as onerous contract and they have created a provision. So on that ground, I am taking the solution. If suppose the same question has been asked and they ask you to create a provision, so how much provision should be created? So can I say, just try to understand what was the lease rent payable? 1,20,000. How much is received in case of, how much has been received in case of sublease? 50,000. So what is the unavoidable cost? 70,000. For how many year? 5 years. So if you calculate present value of these, that will be the amount of provision, because the interest discount rate is not given. So we can say 70,000 to 5, that is 3,50,000 is correct answer. Means only as for this question, means for the sake of doing this question, the answer become 3,50,000. But actually this para is not at all relevant, because now for a leased asset, for a lessee, already it has been accounted as lease liability in the books of account. So if the lease liability is already accounted, there is no question of creating provision again. Understood now? If the lease liability is not created, then of course we should think about provision for onerous contract. But due to introduction of Ind AS 116, now this question is not relevant. But suppose in your exam same question asked, because similar question has been given under Ind AS 37 in ICS study matter, where they have considered the same type of answer, provision should be created because it is an onerous contract. On that ground, I will say the answer is 3,50,000. Okay, but I will say the question is only wrong. Got this point? Yes, sir. Let's read. Point number 1, option number B. Point number 2, option number C. Point number 3, option number C. Point number 4, you can see they have also given 3,50,000. Point number 5, option number B, deferred tax liability. Understood? Yes, sir. I hope you have understood. We'll again meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Keep studying. Bye bye.